Why did the United States build this pyramid right here without a cap on it? I was looking for pyramids in the United States. And it showed these pyramid maps, and it was talking about the pyramid schemes, the pyramid schemes like the food things and stuff. Then I thought, well, I'm not looking at those type of maps. I'm trying to look at a map for a pyramid. So I saw this pyramid right here. Hello, and thank you for coming on here. So I saw this pyramid right here, and we're going to come over here. See, this is what I was looking for. Pyramids in the United States on a map. Okay, so it had this stuff, and I thought, what is this stuff right here? This just tells us where all the food and stuff is located. It does. Every state, the food that they got. And I thought, well, that doesn't look too much like a pyramid. It doesn't, you all? Hello. It just shows, you know what we should do? Well, if we leave this on here like this, you'll be able to come here and see this ancient map. I don't know how ancient it is, but I was looking for pyramids, but not that type of pyramids. I was looking for like pyramids like this in the United States. Were there ever ancient pyramids built in America? So, hello, Al Sanchez. Hello, Starfire. Hello, Susan B. Thank you all for coming on here. So, what's this? GC1WN14. Pyramid Peak in California. I've never heard of this, but there's lots of hills that look like pyramids. There really are. And when I look at them now, I think, is that really an ancient pyramid? Did there used to be a pyramid there? Do you all think that when you see hills like that, do you think, was that really a pyramid back in the day? Because I often think that. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. I often think that myself. I really do. When I see things like this, and I think there's got to be something there. There's something to it. There really is something to it. I am sure there is. Hello, Lisa Tully. Yeah. So you all, let's look at this for a second. So I came over to here, and I saw this. But I'm not going to clip into this, because when I tried to click into this, I did click into it. And it spinned and spinned and spinned and spinned. It would not go to there. You can see this pyramid right here. They built it without a cap on it. And it does look strange. They kind of reminds me of those, if you've ever been to a military base. Well, they don't look like this. They got these underground areas. They like got a hump on them. And then, I don't know where they go, but they go somewhere, you all. They do. They store stuff in them, but I wanted to look at that, so I thought, well, if you don't want to tell me, then I'm going to come here. So why did the U.S. build an uncapped pyramid, complete with an all-seeing eye in the middle of nowhere? I didn't know it had an all-seeing eye. Good evening, you all. An all-seeing eye. Is that the all-seeing eye? It looks like wheat or something right here. Look, it's even got steps going up to it. It does. Got some... like a concrete path going straight up to that pyramid in the middle of nowhere. That's right. So a huge pyramid is what it says. A huge pyramid. This is really interesting. In the middle of nowhere, tracking the end of the world on radar. An abstract geometric shape beneath the sky without a human being in sight. It could be the opening scene of an apocalyptic science fiction film. But it's just the U.S. military going about its business, building vast and otherworldly architectural structures that the civilian world only rarely sees. So they said this would be out of an apocalyptic film, you all? That's what they said. It could be, and it's at the end of the world on radar. So they are admitting that it's an otherworldly architectural structure. That's what they're, a Stargate? A Stargate? Lisa Tully, honey, you got your, let me tell you, Lisa, honey, we're trying you out as a moderator. So when the live video ends, I take it away, and then when it comes back on, I put it back on. That's why it keeps disappearing. You won't see it when you're off of here. You won't. But that's okay. Thank you. You all, I've got to dust this. I got some dust on this plasma screen. I'm gonna dust it off. I don't like to have any dust on my keyboards or anything like that. Okay, yeah, you should have your Lisa, honey, you should have your wrench back. You really should. But it's okay. It is, you all. So look at this. In the middle of nowhere. Nobody rarely sees it. Well, I don't know exactly where it's at. But it's there. I don't want to dance right now, and I'm not going to. So the Library of Congress has an extraordinary set of images documenting the Stanley R. Mickelson Safeguard Complex in Cavalier County, North Dakota, showing it in various states of construction and completion, and the photos are awesome. Wow, so this is North Dakota. Is there lots of mountains in North Dakota, you all? Is there really some like mountains in North Dakota? That's where it's at. If you're just tuning in, this is a pyramid in North Dakota. It don't have its top to it, so they say. Yeah. In North Dakota, that's really interesting. Let's look at this through the I guess, building phase or something like that. Wonder what these things are going like that. I wonder what it is. Yeah. So let's look at this, you all. We can do this. So, oh, wow. That's interesting. Look at that big oval area. This is like flat land. North Dakota is flat land. So we're looking at these pictures. Now, if they have to have machines and these great big things building it today, how on earth did they build something like this back then? How did they build something like this back then? How did they hold it together? I thought it was mountainous also, Ruthie. I did. So this is North Dakota. North Dakota is what it is. They got a hole in it right there. I thought it's a lot of rock underground or something like that. Yeah. It is interesting. It's really interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, it's built out of rebar. It's built out of rebar. Could you imagine how structurally sound this pyramid is with all that rebar on it? It's like a big Faraday cage. You think it's a big Faraday cage or something, you all? It's that is wild. That is so wild. I don't think they're going to take the rebar down. I don't. Because you've already bent it that way, and you're either going to pour concrete in there somehow and frame it out, or you're just going to, I don't know what they're going to do about it. It's built on an energy point on the earth, Caitlin. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I've never heard of this before. I really haven't. There it is. And it's got, look, it's got the little needle points up there at the top. All the while it's loaded with the rebar on the inside of it. Could be an underground silo. Well, I'm sure there's probably something under the ground. They didn't show us what it looked like before. It's bound to have a basement. It's bound to have a basement to it. surely we'd never know, because that's something that they would not put on here, because you can't know all the secrets to everything. Well, see, they got some that are partially underground. Some of these are like, I believe these probably will go underground too, right here. That's what you see in the military a lot. But this right here thing, right there, that's wild. It really is so wild. Just pouring it. They have an entrance to the underground world. Yeah, with lots of rebar. And a great big circle. Wonder what that circle is right there. Look, it's got a teeny tiny door. That looks like a teeny tiny door down here at the bottom, if you see it. Like right there. I bet it's not teeny tiny. They could probably drive a truck through it. They probably could drive a truck through it. Let's see that. A spaceship, Stargate. They got a water spigot right there. It looks like a water spigot. That is really interesting. Cap removed means mental slavery. Wow. They got electricity. They got some transformers over here. It's got electricity going to it, so there's something else on the inside. I don't know if I'd want to... Oh. Ah, look at this. 33rd parallel north. What is this? In this article. Is that on the 33rd parallel? What is this? What is this right here? I wonder if this is a different article. I want to know about the 33rd parallel. I really do. You got the 33 or whatever that number. Why did they do it? The 33rd parallel? I'm going to click into that article, you all, because I know it's not talking about a pyramid, probably. What is that? The Falcon Virgo. I never heard of that. The Great Seal of the United States. What's this? The 30... Oh! Oh, it's all posts that are tagged under the 33rd parallel north. Well, we're going to look at them. So we have that one. The pyramid. Let's see the other one, you all. We got the pyramid. Let's come down here because this is really interesting. The pyramid. I've never heard of Falcon Virgo. Why is that under there? Is this just taking us on a wild goose chase? I think it is taking us on a wild goose chase. I'm going to look that up. Falcon Virgo. Open it in a... I don't know. I do not know. So, yeah, look at this pyramid right here. That's what we're looking at, the pyramid. Oh, look how that moves. I did not show nothing. I did not show it at all. I didn't. Showed that pyramid is what I showed. I sure did. That's exactly right. So yeah, we was trying to look at these pyramids right here. Hello there, Jay Jocelyn. So let's look at these images right here, because that's really where I was going. I was trying to find them. The pyramids in the United States, and what's this? I'm not going there because it's somebody's YouTube channel, so I can't go there. I really am not. What is this? Population density? See, that's when I was typing pyramid, it showed the pyramid scheme. It showed that too, but I don't want to see that. I want to see the actual pyramids. Oh, look, here's one in Arizona. Right there. A teeny tiny pyramid, you all. Teeny tiny pyramid. Just teeny tiny. Yeah. Teeny tiny pyramid, you all. Let's see this. Actually, I think there really are some more. If I come out of here, which I will, I'll come out of here. Are there pyramids in the United States? Let's see what this one clicks into. Oh, wow. Are there pyramids in the United States? I don't know what this is doing. Well, what is this? Because it's not taking us nowhere, you all. What U.S. city has a pyramid? It doesn't lead us to anywhere. Well, that's not very nice. From the dry, desolate deserts of Egypt, several pyramids can be found in the United States, and some are an overt homage to the North African country and its identifiable architecture. While not all the U.S. pyramids are open to visitors, they can all be admired and photographed from a distance. Pre-Columbia, north of the Mesoamerica. Which city has one? Well, let's look at this. Illinois. East St. Louis sprawls today in southern Illinois. The majestic urban architecture towered over the swampy Mississippi River floodplains, blotting out the region's tiny villages. Look at this, you all. There are more than 2,000 pyramids in America alone. In fact, North America, where we find the largest pyramids on Earth, the Great Pyramid of Cholula. Let me see this. Look, why are there no pyramids? Let's see where this is at, you. I want to see if we can find that. Because I just chopped into here, you all. I didn't look at it or anything. I think I've looked at this before. I think we did. We saw this before because I did a video on it, I think. It was way up here on this mountain. Right up here, and they put a church or something, the Great Pyramid of Cholula, the world's largest pyramid. Mexican City, under the earth for thousands of years until it was discovered in 1910 by locals. Wow. Constructing an insane asylum at the base. Oh my gosh, that is not nice at all, you all. So that's what it looked like right there in Pueblo, Mexico. I think some of their history got erased too. I really do. Some of their history got erased there in Mexico. Two of the world's largest Florida that are underwater. The Pyramid of the Sun. Yeah, the Pyramid of the Sun. So let's look at this. Pyramids in the Grand Canyon. Oh, I was there, you all. The Cheops Pyramid. Elevation is 1646. I did go there, which was really neat. I think I got this in the history because it literally does. It takes you there. If it can go there. I think it was. It wasn't this one right here. Where was that one at? I clicked on something, and I can't find it now, you all. I cannot find it. Erg. Thinking, Gina, honey, you better get it together. I'm trying. I'm trying to get it together. I really am. We already saw that one, you all. We already saw that one. So, the seventh largest. Let's see where this one's at. Let's see the 8 largest pyramids in the world. Let's see this right here. Let's pull this one up. See what this one looks like. La Danta. I want to reject it all. La Danta, Guatemala. Oh, wow, that is so hidden. Look at that. It's so hidden there in Guatemala. The forest overtook it and surrounded it. Isn't that something? History lost. Could you imagine what that looked like back then? Right there, what it looked like back then. Well, I'm not talking about the Pyramid of the Sun right now. I'm trying to talk about. No, I don't want that book. trying to talk about the other pyramids that are up here is what I'm talking about. What we can go to and see. Let's look at this, you all. So look at that. Vines overtook it. You ever been hiking and you've seen stuff like that before, you all? Where something is literally like covered up. Oh, looking out into the basin. Well, I think that was already there. Look at this rock. A stela at El Mirador. Wow. And then look at this. Isn't that interesting? Can you imagine how long that took to make? A long time. These are the ruins. And there it is, covered up by the forest. Covered up by the forest that is there. Wow. An enormous stone structure pokes above the trees in the midst of northern Guatemalan jungle. From the air, it looks like some sort of strange, lonely volcano randomly plopped within the vegetation. But the structure is actually one of the world's largest pyramids, part of the lost city of the Mayas. The Mayas' lost city. That is so sad. It really is. If you think about it, you live there, and then it's like your whole history is like, boom, it's gone. But somebody knew what happened to that city. Somebody knew what happened to that whole entire civilization. El Mirador is the lost city. It thrived from the 6th through the 3rd century and the following centuries, and construction within the city slowed and its population began to dwindle. It was finally abandoned in the waning days of the 9th century. The jungle swallowed the city's main many stone structures. Wow, let's look at that word. It swallowed the city's many stone structures. They lay dormant for hundreds of years until archaeologists began excavating it in the mid-19th century. Thousands fill the pre-Hispanic city, but perhaps none are as impressive as the Ladanta Temple, 236 feet tall, a total volume of 99 million cubic feet, making it one of the world's largest pyramids, as well as one of the world's most enormous ancient structures. It has been calculated that 15 million man-days of labor were needed to construct this gigantic building. The staircase that leads up to the temple's eastern face, rewarding those who climb it with views of seas of trees that stretch as far as your eyes can see. 15 million man-days to build that pyramid, you all. That's a long time, a very long time. So that was that one, y'all. Let's see if we can. Let's see the other one that they say was. Okay, well, there's this one right here. Now we're at the Pyramid of the Sun. That's where we're at, the Pyramid of the Sun now. So let's look at this, you all. We're gonna look at it. Boom. Now we're over here at the Pyramid of the Sun, right here. So let's look at this, the Pyramid of the Sun. Which one do I want to click on? Yeah, I think I'll click on this one right here. Right here. Top 8 facts about the Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico. Wow. Look at that. That looks kind of bigger than Egypt, that it probably isn't. Yeah. So let's look at this. Look how flat it is. The Pyramid of the Sun is the largest in the ancient city of Teotihuacan, Mexico. It was built around 200 AD. 200 AD this was built. That's pretty impressive. It really is. It is one of the largest structures of its kind in Mesoamerica. The pyramid stands 216 feet above ground, and its base is 730 by 760 feet. It is found along the Avenue of the Dead, between the Pyramid of the Moon and the Ciudadela. It forms a part of a large complex in the heart of the ancient city. The ancient city was home to more than 100,000 people. The Aztec that occupied the abandoned city believed the city was sacred because the pyramids and the altars that it had. Here's the 8 facts about the Pyramid of the Sun. It is from the Aztecs. It is from the Aztecs. Oh, wow, Queen Karma, honey, that's really interesting that you were just searching and it came from the pyramids? That is really interesting. It really is interesting. Yeah. The name of the Pyramid of the Sun comes from the Aztec, and they moved into the city of Teotihuacan. I can't say it, you all. That was abandoned. And it's a mystery. What will remain a mystery is the city's native culture, history, and origin. Why must it remain a mystery? Okay. It is one of many pyramids. Since I can't say it, I'm not going to say it. The Pyramid of the Sun was constructed in 2 phases. Wow, that is impressive. That really is impressive, you all. Yeah. 200 CE. And the second phase resulted in the size of the pyramid it is today, 738 feet wide, 246 feet long, the 3rd largest pyramid in the world. It's believed the Pyramid of the Sun is sacred. We already just saw that. Okay, the city of the gods, because of the citadels and the images that were drawn to them. It's difficult for the archaeologists to identify the god that was worshipped on the Pyramid of the Sun. That is really interesting. They cannot identify the god that was worshipped on the Pyramid of the Sun. With time, I bet you somebody knows, with time, most of the evidence relating to the venerated deity has disappeared. The temple on the top of the pyramid was destroyed by the enemies while the remains wasted away after the city was abandoned. I really think that somebody knows exactly what deity was worshipped here. I'm sure they're bound to know. They're bound to. So, according to folklore, the Pyramid of the Moon and the Pyramid of the Sun were built to honor the birth of the sun and moon gods. Priests performed daily ceremonies at the pyramids, and they also believed that the location and design of the pyramid represented the celestial, terrestrial, and subterranean universe. Well, it covered all of them, you all. 1, 2, 3. It was abandoned by the Pyramid of the Sun, the T place. Their city is unknown. And much is not known about this right here, about their empire. Wow. Several speculations explain what led to the destruction of the city. They lived in central Mexico between the 1st and 9th centuries, and fire destroyed the city. Wow, that's interesting. It had about 150,000 people who called that their home, and little is known where their whereabouts is. Why is little known? Doesn't that make you wonder, why is little known about their whereabouts? When things like that happen, there's bound to be history out there, but it's probably covered up. If little bit is known, somebody knows what happened to them, but I think their history probably got erased like so many other people's history. That's what I think. It got erased. Yeah. Greetings, Ben Jr. The city was one of the largest in the ancient world. Now, they say very little is known about the occupants of the city and the Pyramid of the Sun. Why? Why is very little known? The people of this city are believed to have been here long before the Mayans and the Aztecs came 1,000 years after the Teotihuacanos. Who are the Teo? I gotta look this up, you all. I gotta see how to pronounce it too. I want to pronounce it. I really do want to pronounce it. Let me do this. I'm going to do the pronunciation so I can figure out how to pronounce it because it's bothering me. Let me see it, you all. This may seem strange, but I want to know. I want to know how to pronounce it if they'll let me. I can't read it like that unless it has something that I can. No, it's not going to. Let me see.
Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan.
Teotihuacan.
Okay, Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan. Okay. Their civilization tells of a people who were skilled and they were strategic. The city was one of the largest in Mexico. Wow. Climate change. They theorized climate change and severe droughts may have created divisions among the people, and it led to the destruction. Mystic Carbon, honey, we got to do it. Or we'll get drove up a wall. We will. We'll probably get drove up a wall. The location of the pyramid was strategic. They were built on a well thought out spot. Its location made it possible to align it to the prominent Cerro Gordo. Wow, Cerro Gordo. It was vertical in the direction of the sunrise and sunset. Teotihuacan, I already forgot it. Teotihuacan, I can't say it now, I already forgot it. Avenue of the Dead. Man-made tunnel has been made. There is a man-made tunnel below the pyramid that leads to a cave beneath the center of the pyramid, and the cave is believed to be a royal tomb. Listen, the tunnel was thought to have been formed from lava tubes, but archaeological findings say it was man-made. They recovered artifacts from the pyramid. Very little artifacts. You know, I've seen destruction of ancient structures. I have. So the history will be erased. Okay, they found arrowheads. Everybody finds arrowheads and little figurines. But they were used. Ooh, that's not nice. The burial sites for children were at the corners of the pyramid. Oh, I don't want to see it. No, I don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. It was offered as you don't want to know it. Do not. The Luxor Hotel. Well, we know about that. Let's see about this. This pyramid right here, you all. So I don't know what this one is. Right like that. The Red Pyramid. The Red Pyramid. This is in Egypt. The ancient Egypt site. The Red Pyramid at Dashur. Striped from its limestone casing. It has a reddish color, so it's called the Red Pyramid. Snowfru's rain. 15 cattle count of snowfru rain. Looks like rock. Looks like it's severely, it's got erosion or something, you all. This is, Egypt. They got a chapel in it. I don't want to look at that. I really don't want to look at that one. It's not nice saying that, but I don't want to look at it. I wanted to see what this one might look at, you all. It'd probably be better going into there. Let's see, Cleopatra. The Pyramid of Kafri. So if we look at those, look how enormous these are, and then look at the little houses. I think these are houses, or do people live near there right now? Yes, good evening. So, it's located southwest of the Pyramid of Cheops, a few hundred meters away, and it's located on the Giza Plateau. Did you hear that? Something's playing. I don't want to talk to them. So you see somebody up there, it looks like I don't want to talk to them. Somebody's got a message up here and I don't want to click into it. I don't, at the top. Can you see it blinking up there? I don't want to go in there. I'm going to get out of there, you all, because I don't want that message talking to me. I don't want that talking to me. I don't. Really don't. They're activating the pyramids. Yeah. So, are the pyramids in America, are American pyramids older than Egypt? The rise of the pyramid builders, Egyptian pyramids, are much older than the American ones, and the earliest Egyptian pyramid, the Pyramid of Dajor, was built in the 27th century. The earliest known pyramid in the Americas stands at La Venta in Tabasco, Mexico. Is there a hidden city in the Grand Canyon? Yes. There are thousands of years of history in the Grand Canyon, and not necessarily hidden for the protection of historical sites, but to hide the history because it will rewrite the history that we were taught. Wow. It will rewrite the history that we were taught. So they want to hide it. Well, I don't think that's nice. I really don't think that's nice. To hide the history that was in the Grand Canyon. That's really not nice at all. It really isn't. And I'm sure that there's people who looking at this, you all. Let's look at the images of the Grand Canyon. All of this, it's really pretty. So you've got all of these. Ancient Native American, the Anasazi. The Anasazis. So look at that. Ancient Egyptian statues in America in the Grand Canyon. An ancient Egyptian city discovered in the Grand Canyon. Did they find those in there? Let's check it out. We can see. I think they had somebody go there and they tried to say, no, it was just whatever. An ancient Egyptian city discovered in the Grand Canyon. Big cover-up right here. The Ancient Files. Oh, this is 2020. They decided to write about it. A new discovery was made recently which showcases the fact that an ancient Egyptian civilization used to live under the Grand Canyon. Immediately after this was made public, the tourism sites from the Grand Canyon were all shut down temporarily, mostly so no one could get in and see the secrets, and they don't want us finding out. After it was reopened, guess what? Every single bit of the proof that was in here was gone, just like that. This is just blatantly insulting, to say the least. They expect us to believe that it was all a mistake after this whole fiasco they pulled. Luckily, however, the Smithsonian Institute already claimed this as proof enough, stating that there is no way that it was faked or just a bunch of misinformation. Underneath the Grand Canyon, you all. And they closed it down. And they took all the evidence from the Grand Canyon. It's not nice at all. The World Explorers Club theorized about this back in 1909, leading the project, but they could not find anything on their own in the caves below the Grand Canyon. So according to the Smithsonian Institute, well, they've been, the Smithsonian, they had dumped all the skeletal remains of these giants. They dumped it in the ocean to hide it. And whenever anybody else had other things, They took all the evidence, whatever it was, and they dumped it into the ocean so nobody could see it. According to them, they've also, according to the Smithsonian, the whole expedition was erased from their data books, as if someone didn't want anyone else looking into this concept altogether. That is criminal. We've also uncovered a 5,000-year-old hieroglyphs in Australia, which might be an indication of just how little we know about the Egyptian civilization and how far it reached. So they got floodwaters in Australia, okay, and they destroy the ancient things there. We did a video on it. They went and bulldozed through it. So what was they doing there? I can't remember what they were doing in Australia, and they went through all the very ancient sites. And then, oh, sorry, the ancient ruins. So I'm not going to watch it, but you all can watch it. The Ancient Lost City in the Grand Canyon. You all can watch that if you go there. Just type that in. Article by Ancient Files. Ancient Lost City in the Grand Canyon. I won't pull it up on here. I won't. For that reason right there, you all. They stole it and they slaughtered all of them. Almost ethnicity in the world. That's what they did it to the buffalo. They did it. And they did it to the American Indian tribes. See, that's what the thing is. They just kept going after the tribes of the Native Americans in America. That's what they did. They went to one tribe, and then they had them join them, and then they went and battled against that tribe, and then they had them join them, and then they battled against the other tribes, and then they had them join them, and then in the end they didn't get nothing. Nothing. They didn't get nothing at all. Ran off the land. That's what happened, and their names taken away. That's not nice. It really isn't nice. But yeah, so the Grand Canyon, the Conformist blog, it goes Egyptian. Does it go Egyptian? Ooh. Is there within the Grand Canyon an ignatic system of tunnels? That is the evidence of an ancient Egyptian voyage to America. Is it all bogus, or is the truth most likely somewhere in between? Well, we can't read it. Okay, let's look this. On April the 5th, 1909, a front-page story in the Arizona Gazette reported that an archaeological expedition in the heart of the Grand Canyon, funded by the Smithsonian Institute, had resulted in the discovery of Egyptian artifacts. April the 5th is close to April the 1st, but then not quite, so perhaps the story could be true. Nothing since has been heard of this discovery. Today, over 5 million tourists visit the Grand Canyon each year, and you would expect that if anything was hidden in the canyons, it would thus since long been discovered. However, most tourists only spend around 3 hours in the canyon, usually visiting the legendary South Rim View, and where most of the best of the oldest tourist sites are located. Furthermore, some have said that the entire discovery has since become the center of a major cover-up, apparently in an effort to maintain the old status quo, which is that the ancient Egyptians never ventured outside of the tranquil waters of the river Nile. That's sad, you all. It really is sad if you think about a history hidden. It is sad. What's this? Wow, where is that located? Isn't that neat? Boom. Just like that, you all. Yeah. Where are these located? This is another lost city, you all? Right there. Tuscoro.com. Location of the Grand Canyon Underground City Entrance. So, I wonder what that is right there. I really do. Location of the city entrance right there. My nose was itching. This is the approximate location of the Kincaid Cave opening. It's likely rocked up and made to look natural now. there was a tramway which ran over top of the opening, and the tramway was taken out around 1956. But notice the added 700 yards. At one time, when the canyon floor was about 1,000 feet higher, the entrance looked similar to this following image. Are they saying that was in the Grand Canyon? Is what I'm wondering. Do you think they were saying this was? The opening today is about 1,400 feet below the rim, and I wonder what a drone camera would reveal. However, a massive flood from the north washed the anterior away. Imagine that. They had a massive flood. These massive floods do lots of things. They really do. They just wash away the land. They really do. Wash away the topsoil, destroy towns, wash towns away. They do it all. However, it washed it away, washed out near 1,000 feet of the bottom of the canyon, and this May there has been 2 separate incidents. So, Edgar, honey, this is in the Grand Canyon? And they're sending floodwaters in there to wash away the evidence? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that is not nice. That is not nice at all. Why you want to do that? Why you want to do it? And make sure I push this button right here. Wow. With river rafting becoming an increasing sport, plans were made to flood the canyon again. Flood the canyon so people can river raft. That's really nice. Wow. Oh, that makes me mad. Becoming an increasing sport, they made plans to flood the canyon again with the intent to further wash down chunks of broken pillars, statues, and other evidences of unidentifying sculptured rocks which were abundant along the riverbanks from the site and all the way to the curves near the bright angel. Of course, this artificial flood of the 1990s was, of course, said to restore the sandbars of the river. Remember the restriction areas where you could not go ashore? This may still be in effect, you all. That is so dirty. So dirty. Well, you know what? One day, they're not going to be able to hide the truth. They're not going to be able to hide the truth at all. They're going to be forced to have to listen to the truth that they hid, because it's going to be brought out into the open. They can't hide it forever. It's going to come out in the open, okay? And they won't be able to stop it whatsoever, because there's going to be evidence that's going to come forward, and their mouths are going to be zipped. They ain't going to be able to say a single word. They're not. They're not going to be able to say anything whatsoever. They're lying. That is, no, man, that makes me upset. Wow. That is absolutely terrible, you all. Oh, they're going to find out. They're going to reap it. They're going to reap what they sow one day. They are, because that is not right. They did it with evil intent. Look at this. The location of the tram and towers in 1954 before being removed. It's terrible. It really is. They didn't want to lose power. Well, you're going to lose a lot of power because of all the efforts you put forward to destroy things like this. You went through great efforts, great lengths to destroy something like this. So somebody's going to go through great lengths to probably destroy the spirit behind it. How about that? Yeah, they're going to be found out. They're already found out. That's okay. It's not okay, but it's okay, you all. That kind of makes me upset. And I don't even live there. I don't. Let's see what you had to say. and its sources, the lost ancient Egyptian city of the Grand Canyon. So the noble Ethiopian, part 35. So what if he's got some truth in here? What if he does? What if he's got some truth in here and they're hiding it? Okay, they could. Well, you know they're hiding it. Oh my gosh. Well, that's just so sad. It really is. Wait, let's look at this UFO. Can we see this? Yeah, we can see it right here, you all. Let's see this. All right. So, archaeological cover-ups by David Hatcher Childress. Wonder what that is. They want to cover up stuff like this. Well, you can't cover it up. Too bad. They really can't. The Smithsonian discovered an ancient colony. Well, somebody had to tell them about it, you all. Somebody had to tell the Smithsonians about all the discoveries. I don't think they discovered anything. I think it's the people who discovered it, and then they got the credit. And then they did what they wanted to with some of the evidence. They did. Of course, you know, they're paid for too. Let's look at these Nephilim. The Nephilim from Genesis, you all. The big giants. They got the cone-shaped heads. Wow. I'm kind of like that's y'all, that's rubbed me the wrong way after reading that. It really has. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Destroying history. Zoroaster Temple. Well, let's see the Zoroaster Temple. We want to see that. We do. So the Zoroaster Temple in the Grand Canyon. I've heard of Zoroaster, but I'm not too knowledgeable in it at all. Brahma Temple, a Brahma Temple. Wow, Colorado. Is this on here, you all? I'm about to end this video. I really am. I just wanted to look at this. I do. Just wanted to look at it. Yeah. Well, that was a little sad, you all. It was. It's a sad, oopsie, hearing about all of this history that got destroyed. Look at that. Ancient artifacts inside the Grand Canyon. They got some more right here. It's probably carved on the wall and they probably washed it right off. Probably did. Look like stair steps. Yeah. See, look, that does look like pyramid steps right there. If you look at that, it kind of looks like it would be steps to like a pyramid. The way it's tiered. Oh, look at this. Were the Egyptians at the Grand Canyon? So look, they've got these things on here. Look at this. This is what they're saying, I guess. A Confucius temple, the temple of Ra, the Tower of Set, the temple of Osiris, the Shiva temple, the Isis temple, the Cheops pyramid, the Buddha temple. Are these the names of what used to be there? Or do they just call that those names? That's what I'm wondering. Do they just call it those names? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Do they do it? Um, yeah. So does anybody know if these places were there, or they just call those places that in this on this map? If you go there, do I think something's all connected? There's a connection to a lot of things. I'm sure of a whole lot of things, you all. The real names that they call it now. They never had anything, and they can't because they were reptilians. They call it that. Uh-oh. So, really. So, the stele of the royal scribe, ancient Egypt, second half of the 14th century. You think that was in the Grand Canyon? Well, I think they're scared. I'm sure the elite on the earth is scared of someone returning. I'm sure they're terrified because they're going to return. They are. Explorations in the Grand Canyon. So the Grand Canyon Smithsonian Artifacts, Google search Egyptian artifacts, out of place artifacts, hidden photos. I hadn't seen the old map where Israel is located in the Grand Canyon. The Valley of Noble Amendments, the Valley of the Kings in Luxor, Egypt, picture in the Israel and the Grand Canyon. Ancient city in the Grand Canyon. That's not in the Grand Canyon. Okay, that's Egypt. Look at these right here. Searching photos from matching Egypt. Okay, well, somebody was looking at stuff. Ancient Egyptian canyon pyramids at Grand Canyon Park. Grand Canyon Park. A Bedouin village in Egypt. So they even did this, you all. Wow. Ancient people migrated from the Orient. Egyptian treasure in the Grand Canyon artifact. Ancient civilization, Grand Ancient. Look how massive. Wait, was this? Let me shrink it. I can't read this writing. Life in Ancient Egypt. You think this might have been in the Grand Canyon? Probably not. I don't know how to make this go down, you all. These statues are humongous. Rama. Pin on mysteries. More of these. Tutankhamun. Discovery of the lost city in the Grand Canyon. Ancient underground city. Underground cities of giant skeletons. A closed doorway, you all. Oh my goodness gracious. Explorations in the Grand Canyon. So I guess this is all they saw in the Grand Canyon. Now, certainly, ancient Persian, Egyptian Grand Canyon. Oh my gosh. If this truly was in there, you know they flooded it out. Look at that structure right there. If that truly was in there, they flooded it completely out. Wow. Flooded it out. Totally erased their history. Completely. You know what they probably did? They probably dumped all this stuff in the ocean. Or they blew it up. Or they just let it flood and then just eroded it. Eroded all of it. Things buried even deeper and deeper. Yep, that's okay. All things hidden will be brought out into the open. You know, it's like Lake Mead. Lake Mead was a man-made, it's a man-made lake. They flooded that town in order to have it go through there. So they flooded the Colorado, they flooded this Grand Canyon, I think, to do whatever they want to. To do whatever they wanted to do. Just flooded it completely. Oopsie, Gina, get that off of there. They found Egyptian and Asian artifacts in the Grand Canyon. So how did they get their Colorado? How did they get their Colorado? Wow. I think these things got blown up or destroyed. Temples of Abu Simbel. Okay, what was this? Right here. Where was this located? Oh, this is just a artifact, you all. So it had Asian also. That's sad. It really is sad if you think about it. Lake Winnipesaukee. Where's this at? Lake Winnipesaukee, Mystery Stone, Noasage, ancient artifact. Lake Winnipesaukee. Y'all seen that before? Very ancient artifact. Right there. Let's see if Mystery Stone. Let me see this really fast. I want to see if it's going to pull that up and see what would happen. Out of place artifact, the mysterious stone egg of Lake Winnipesaukee. March of the 28th. Why are they posting this on March the 28th, you all? Why would they post this story and we're just looking at it and now they just post this story? Isn't that synchronicity? It is synchronicity. So what do they have to say about this egg? Will we ever know the full story of Lake Winnipesaukee Mystery Stone, the unusual New Hampshire stone egg that has baffled geological experts and historians for decades? I don't think it's baffled them. Somebody knows what this is. Somebody knows exactly what this is and is just keeping it secret. They're keeping it secret. That's right. sashimi. So in 1872, construction workers digging a hole for a fence post in Lake Winnipesaukee in New England found a lump of clay with an egg-shaped artifact inside of it, 6 feet above the ground, called the Mystery Stone. It's one of New Hampshire's more curious and lesser-known monuments. Amateur and professional archaeologists have speculated about the origin of this strange artifact for more than 100 years without a definitive answer. They know all about it. The rock type is not familiar to New Hampshire, and there are no other known objects that are bearing any similar markings or design here in the United States. It may very well have been the work of someone living in a faraway place and time, as nothing like its fine workmanship has been produced by the Native American tribes living in the local area. Well, how do you know that they didn't have some Native Americans who were very, very skilled, ancient ones, and they made it? But yet they were from somewhere else. See, they just saying that. I think they're just saying that. The strange symbols on the stone. It's approximately 4 inches long, 2.5 inches thick, and weighs about 18 ounces, 510 grams. It has a dark hue to it. It's as hard as granite. It is the size, about the shape of a goose egg, and the stone is a type of quartzite derived from sandstone or milonite, a fine-grained rock formed and transference of rock layers along the faults. There are holes that are bored in both ends of the stone, and it was drilled through from end to end with different sized tools and polished along the surface. Beyond its strange construction and design, the stone is marked with bizarre carvings ranging from astronomical symbols to a human face along its smooth side. See this? Astrological symbols with a human face along, where am I at? It got me, along its smooth sides. On one side, there are what appears to be inverted arrows, a moon, and some dots. Okay, right there. Inverted arrows, a moon right here, and some dots. The arrows, the dots, and the inverted moon right there. Okay, so we got that and the dots. Okay. And a spiral at the bottom. On the other side, an ear of corn with 17 kernels in a row. Underneath, there is a circle with 3 figures, one of which looks like a deer's leg right there, along some kind of animal with large ears. And the third shows a teepee with 4 poles, an oval, and a human face. The face is sunken with a nose that does not rise above the surface of the egg, and the lips seem to give the image of some kind of purposeful expression. Why won't they let us see the full face of this? I want to see the full face. I don't want to see it on the side, you all. We see the teepee. I want to see, there it is right here. So these are all the symbols right there. Triple moon goddess. Yeah. The history of it. So they found it. It was in possession in 1885. And it was separated from Native American 1800s cultures. Controversial theories. Let's hear those controversial theories. American naturalists suggest the stone commemorates treaties between 2 tribes. However, that didn't hold up long. Then they said it could be Celtic or Inuit in origin. And in 1931, there was a letter written to New Hampshire saying it was a thunderstone, also known as a thunderbolt or thunder axis. A thunderstone is worked stone object, often wedge-shaped like an axe blade, that is allegedly to have fallen from the sky. Stories of thunderstones are found in cultures all over the world. I've never heard of them, and are often associated with the thunder god. The writer went on to say that such objects always present the appearance of having been machine or hand-worked. Frequently, they come from deep in the earth, embedded in deep in lumps of clay surrounded by solid rock or coral. Is it Native American birthstone? Then they said, I hope this is all right. I want to know about this stone. Then they said, let's see this. It is a recorder. Let's see. A birthstone is a stone that was heated and internally placed inside the pregnant woman by midwives to relax the muscles for during difficult births. I don't know about that. I don't. Graveline said this particular stone would have been extra special and used by Native American midwife to help a mother deliver. Come on now. He was deliver a person who venerated a spiritual or governmental leader of either sex. He believes this was a grave offering or the construction of workers dug. You all, come on now. I don't know if that's true either. I don't. Why would they have to throw that in there, you all? Let's think of something else. It has attracted the wonder of the scientific world within the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C., offering to send a map to Seneca A to make a casting of the egg. Where is it located today? It's back on display at the New Hampshire Historical Society in Concord. You know what it probably is? A fake one. So I want to think that it was, it fell from the sky, from the thunder god. That's what I want to say it happened. The thunderstones that are found in cultures all over the world are often associated with the thunder god, and they fell from the sky. Let's just say that. I like that better than being, shoved up the woman. I do. I do. Oh, my goodness gracious. It could be. What is the thunderstones? You all, we should look that up, thunderstones. I am about done, you all. We've been on a wild goose chase here. Pokemon. What does Pokemon have to do with this? From Bulbapedia? It is Japanese Pokemon Thunderstone. Oh my goodness. It's used for making Pokemon things. Why do they got us? There's probably something to this Pokemon and all these things too. They don't want to say. They don't. There's a movie called The Thunderstone. Let's see it. Thunderstone. A comet hits the earth, destroying all, and the world is frozen, but some humans manage to survive, and Noah lives in an underground community while improving the holodeck. Noah accidentally travels in time. So this is called the Thunderstone. Okay, the Thunderstone. Okay, they got a series. Wonder why they made it, but they did. They made a series of the Thunderstone, you all. So, that's wonderful. And they got all of that. Okay, here we go. It's any of various stones, such as meteorite or ancient artifact, regarded as having been cast to the earth as thunderbolts. Thunderbolts. Yeah. So let's hop out of here, you all. We got this egg that showed up in New Hampshire, and they really can't decide where it came out of. And they just posted this story on the 28th right here. Oh my goodness gracious. So you all, yeah, so we were looking at the pyramids and we ended up on these eggs that was made from there. I found them in the ground and they don't know where it came from. So there's a lot of history. In the Grand Canyon, there's a lot of history that's been hidden. That's okay. It's all going to come out one day. I hope I'm here to see it. If not physically, I hope I am spiritually here to see it. Yeah. So I want to thank you all for coming on here. So I don't know what that pyramid right there is for. I think I got sidetracked on it. I do. But they built it for some strange reason, and it was built on the 33rd parallel is what it sounded like. That's exactly what it sounded like. And I'm sure there is a really good reason, and it's laden with rebar all through it. Tons of rebar. So thank you all for coming on here. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you, moderators. And with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And thank you so much once again for coming on here. And we did jump around. So that's okay. I just hopped on here and we just jumped around and looked. Have a wonderful evening. Love you.